drop.
And it's Dallas with another.
And both teams.
Game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case. Sword cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are.
Checked in. Now, here's George. A 23-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to the line.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by Miles Turner. Williams passes to Lee. Can't hit. Excellent D there for
up and get a hand in the face.
What? And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Williams. 8 points for him. Shoots off the screen. Rebounded by Ellis.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Parsons, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Chandler Parsons really set off a Texas rivalry last year, drafted by the Rockets in the second round. He received an offer sheet in free agency from the team's rival, the Dallas Mavericks. Eventually chose Dallas, injured in the playoffs, hurt a knee, only played the 1 game. But I think they've got great things ahead for him with the Mavs.
Yeah, Rockets could match if they wanted to, but they declined to match Dallas's offer, which sent Parsons packing just up the road in Texas.
You know, back to the topic of Parsons' free agency, the offer from the Mavs was 3 years, $46 million. Houston didn't want to go that high, so they reluctantly let Parsons leave. Ultimately, Houston filled Parsons' small forward role with the signing of Trevor Ariza. Not bad.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Williams.
And talking about the Texas showdown over Parsons last year, even his teammates got involved. After Parsons left, James Harden reacted saying that Dwight Howard and Harden were the cornerstone of the Rockets. But that's probably nothing compared to the rivalry that the two teams' ownerships felt. Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Here's George. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And here's Matthews from the arc. A lead by 6. And Dirk Nowitzki still remembers the Mavs 2011 championship. He said he'd love to get one more before it's all said and done. One's definitely not enough for Dirk. He's been to the mountaintop and he wants more. Another trip there would be terrific for him. He's been to the finals twice.
Yeah, and you heard him. It was like the whole city was having one big party all summer long because they were there. How could you not want to have that experience once again?
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, one other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Chandler Parsons out there with David Lee. Then there's Felton. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Barea in at the 1 spot.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Lawson kicks to Stuckey. Back to Lawson from outside the arc. Parsons with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 9. Down low. It's stolen by Hill. Allen dishes to Stuckey. Allen, a screen on Felton. Nobody near Allen. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Parsons' shot is off.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Hill. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Parsons outside. Passes to Barea. Shoots the three. And he gets it to go.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And, guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
That's a great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Dallas. The Pacers also with a sub. Hill's checked in. The feed to Lawson. 6 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off from about 16. And the shot.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And as we march toward the end of the regular season, Shaq, I want your opinion on veterans being rested in back-to-back games.
You know, Ernie, you hear a lot of people complain, but let me tell you, from personal reasons, it's the right thing to do in some cases, especially for the older teams to have a real shot to win a championship. Popovich has been doing it. Look how many rings he got.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about extending the regular season.
We are in Charlotte, North Carolina, as we get ready for this interconference contest here at the Time Warner Cable Arena. The road trip for the Rockets ends here as they leave for Houston right after the game. This is a tough team planning on the postseason, sitting in the 7th spot in the West.
And keep in mind, just the 2-game season series. This is their final game against this group, and they're looking to duplicate the outcome of that first contest where they played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, given the way things went for them in that game, I'll bet they wish they could play them more than just twice. But we'll see if they feel that way once this game's over.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Beverly in at the point. Well, you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreek Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
Lee gets the bucket.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Howard with a screen on Walker. And Beverly gets to Modiunas. Makes it off the glass.
And, you know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract. But it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
Now, here's Walker. He's coming off a 16-point game against Detroit.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
Here's Beverly. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Back to Harden. The 3. No luck. Good D by Lee.
James Harden, more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
Just 2 to shoot. Here's Walker with the 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Beverly, the pass to Harden. to the middle. Here's Moniunas. Nice D from Williams.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Walker. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, I had the chance to talk with the head coach for Houston. They managed to get a win in their last contest against this squad, but he's far from complacent, fellas. He said, we know we're facing a dynamite offense. We were fortunate to get a win last time around, but we need to approach this game with the same discipline and attention to detail. This is a game where everyone has to devour that scouting report and try to minimize our mistakes. Kevin?
All right, Doris and guys, what's your take on Coach's strategy here?
I'll tell you what, he doesn't sugarcoat it at all. I mean, it's a challenge going up against a team that is just as potent offensively as this group is, and he wants his guys to be mentally prepared for it.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to take some major intensity at that end of the floor if they're going to be able to weather the storm.
And here's Walker. James Harden getting it to go from deep. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Now here's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Harden against Lee. It's Harden with the drive. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
A floater, and he gets it to go. Walker's got his second bucket.
And watching Kemba Walker play so